Meshtastic didn't start as a company, a startup, or even a formal project. It began as a personal experiment by software developer and radio enthusiast Kevin Hester, who wanted a better way to communicate with friends while hiking and traveling off-grid. Kevin had experience in distribution systems and open source software, and like many engineers, he saw a gap. Modern smartphones were incredibly powerful, but completely dependent on fragile infrastructure. No towers, no internet, no communication. So he started experimenting with inexpensive LoRa radios, tiny, low-powered chips designed for low-range data transmission. The original concept was almost playful. Could you turn these cheap modules into a text messaging network? Early prototypes were rough. Devices were often bare circuit boards with antennas sticking out, strapped to backpacks with paracord, or taped to wind silos. But something interesting happened. The network, it worked. Messages could hop from device to device, extending range far beyond a signal radio link. And that's when the project shifted from a hobby into a community. Developers from around the world joined in, contributing firmware, mobile apps, encryption features, and even hardware designs. Meshtastic became fully open source, meaning anyone could build, modify, or expand the system. There was no central authority, just a growing ecosystem of contributors. And one of the quirkiest realities of Meshtastic is that some of the earliest large networks were built with what looked like science fair project hardware. Dev boards were powered by USB battery packs mounted in plastic food containers, running on rooftops and mountain peaks. But behind the DIY appearance was surprisingly an advanced technology. Messages don't travel directly from person to person, they hop. Every node acts like a miniature relay tower, automatically forwarding traffic across the mesh. In dense networks, messages may take completely different paths each time, similar to how the internet routes data. And there's also a store and forward capability. If someone's offline, nearby nodes can hold messages temporarily and deliver them later when the user returns to range. The network effectively has memory, even without infrastructure. And another thing people don't realize is that Meshtastic includes strong encryption by default. For a license-free radio system, that level of built-in privacy is unusual. Over time, enthusiasts began pushing the technology far beyond the original goals, like solar-powered mountain relay nodes running for months on end, citywide mesh with hundreds of devices, drones used as temporary airborne repeaters, even internet gateway bridges connecting remote users to global chats. And under the right conditions, that range can be enormous. Single radio hops over 100 kilometers have been achieved using the right directional antennas, with hardware that can cost less than the night out. Today, Meshtastic sits somewhere between walkie-talkies, the internet, and ham radio. It's decentralized, resilient, and owned by nobody. What started as one developer's backpack experiment has quietly grown into a global grassroots communication network. Meshtastic devices are for experimental or personal use only. Use responsibly and at your own risk. The manufacturer is not liable for injury, damage, or loss resulting from their use.